we got to man up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. I think, yeah, I think I just got to try and get a piece of one of those in the third. Got a piece of the first one and snuck through, and so it's disappointing. I didn't think we played a bad game, so things will build off, I think. Look at the tape and look at the tape tomorrow.
There's been so much talk about consistency over the last few weeks. What do you guys need to do to find that consistency game to game?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one. I don't think there's any, finite answer, tangible thing that you can kind of pinpoint. Just comes down to us in the room. And I think that's the best way I can put it. We got to man up a little bit, and certainly myself included. I mean, I don't think I've been good enough this year so far. So I got to keep working to find that level that I know I can get to, and I'll be the first guy working on my game day in and day out. So focus on myself and focus on my game, and I think everyone does that, then we'll be okay.
Rick was saying earlier today that he wants to get you kind of on a run here. Where do you feel like your game is at? And does playing a little bit more help?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think I've been good enough this year. Obviously, it's been a challenging year, dating back to the summer. So, I mean, obviously it's been a lot of soul searching for me over the last few months, and I don't know how else to put it. I just haven't been good enough so far. So, take it day by day, and I know I'm putting in the work, so it'll come.
Just getting into that rhythm and playing more often will help that?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's kind of been my role over the last several years is, kind of just carrying the workload. So, I mean, it's been an odd year in that sense. Just, I came back a few games before Christmas break and then missed 2 games. It just feels like a little bit of back and forth, but I mean, that's irrelevant to me. I got to show up when my name's called, and I got to do a better job.
What's the biggest challenge? Is it the speed of the game? Is it traffic that you see in the game? What do you perceive to be the biggest challenge?
I don't think there's one thing. I think it's just how it goes sometimes. I think it's sometimes you fall out of touch with the game a little bit, just your natural reads and things like that. And obviously you can't manufacture confidence. You have to work for it and keep grabbing it. So, like I said, it's just focusing on the little things and making sure that the work ethic and the attention to detail is there. And, you'd like to think that the results will follow.
Confidence is a team issue right now as well. When you look at last year, how you guys were closing out games, and this year it's been a struggle. I know there's always X's and O's you can break down and goals to win, but how much of it is just mental confidence and believing that
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to speak on it. I can't speak for everyone. I think everyone is handling each situation, differently. It's kind of a subjective thing. But I know it's not something that guys are thinking about in the moment, But yeah, I mean, that's been the case. We haven't been good enough closing games out. So, I mean, obviously we got to hammer those details down. And, in a hurry here. We're over halfway through the year. So we got to string some games together here for sure.
Well, Brock, coming off the game against the Oilers, how do you guys find that level on a more consistent basis going forward?
Yeah, I think we just got to have that mindset each and every night. It doesn't matter what team it is. We got to be prepared to play, and you could feel it in the room before the game. We were really focused, and we were ready to go, and it showed on the ice. So we have to have that mindset each and every game, and hopefully that's a spark, and we can get going here and win some hockey games.
Beyond the mindset, what was different in the approach to the first period? 16 shots on goal, obviously a couple power plays, but we haven't seen you guys sort of take the play to a lot of teams early in hockey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought we did, like I said, we were prepared, and we knew how we needed to play, and we knew obviously how we needed to play against them to shut down their top guys, and I feel when we're so focused on winning a hockey game, we create offense and we play the right way, and play structured. So we have to have that same mindset, and then we'll win more hockey games.
What do you think of Garley's late game defensive tactics?
Right when I saw him grabbing him, I kind of knew that he was just trying to get a call, maybe take them both to the box or something. But he's we've seen over the years him get under a lot of guys' skin, so it really doesn't surprise me.
Brock, you talked this morning, meeting of the minds for halfway through the season. He talked about the fact that a lot of injuries for this team, a lot of inconsistency, but he believes in this team, the way that you guys played last year, the way that you played against Everton. Have you been able to figure out why you've been inconsistent and why you haven't been able to put forth the effort that you saw last year?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting year. A lot of injuries, some distractions and stuff, and it's at times it can be tough to block everything out, but sometimes it's hard, and sometimes I feel it affects our team in some games, and we gotta do our best to learn from that and make sure that we can block it out and really focus on these games, because I think last game was such a big win, and it's something that can spark us, and I think we all still have the belief we can win hockey games. I think in the positive mindset, we haven't been playing great hockey at all, and we're still right there in a wild card spot. That's still a really good spot to be in, and if we can use this last win to get us going here, I think it's going to be really good for our group.
How different has this season been? You've been here for a few years now. It's a hockey mad market, but with all the noise that's been taking place outside here the last 2 weeks, it seems like it's been unprecedented levels. What's that been like?
Yeah, I mean, I've been through a lot of seasons with this stuff happening, and this might be one of the worst years that I've been through with all the injuries and distractions and stuff. So it's been hard, and but with that being said, you got to find a way around it, and you got to keep working through it and sticking together.
In light of that, and particularly how loud the noise was on Saturday, how much more does that win and that performance mean to you guys to sort of quiet some of that a little bit?
Yeah, it means a lot. It just shows that we can play with some of the best teams in the league and shut down two of the top guys in the league, and that should give us confidence as a group. And the fans were into it, and we could feel that, and we were kind of going off of it too. So that was a huge win, but now we need to follow it up.
Brock, how much do you think this team will be stronger going through this noise when it's all said and done and things kind of return back to normal, hopefully? But having gone through this experience, how much stronger do you think this team will be?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're learning that you have to stick together, and no offense, but we got to try and keep the noise out, and it's just about showing up each and every day and competing and working hard. And if we don't have a good game, we got to make sure we show up and have a good practice. And I really believe in good practice habits. Follow up in the next game. So we just got to stick together and keep going.
Brock, with Quinn, he's on pace for career highs. There's Norris hard conversations. What does he mean to you as a teammate? And can you talk a little bit about what you've seen difference between last year and this year?
That's a tough question. I mean, he's such a good teammate, first of all, but the difference from last year to this year, I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's the same player. He's he goes out there, he can dominate each and every night, and he can make plays out of nothing, and he's such a good skater, and he's a good leader. So he's obviously so important for our team, and to see the success he's having, it just doesn't surprise me.
Do you ever have moments when you're on the ice where you see something that he does and it takes a second to register just how elite that is? Yeah, I mean,
most cutbacks he does, I'm just like, wow, that's pretty impressive. So it's a privilege to play with him, and we all enjoy being on the same ice as him. So it's been a blast. So.
Everybody wins.
Everybody dies.
Jake, thanks for joining me today.
Generational talent.
Thanks for liking the video and subscribing.